It's November 8th, 2022. I have this sticker on. Anyhow, that was from the early morning with Linda and Lou and my son, the 2012. So I came to IV rehab today for physical therapy, and on my natural path of driving to Port Washington for the health service, I had to pass by the Americana Manhasset. I did notice, I made a video earlier, I got sidetracked. I'm having a really hard time today, somewhere between like the ocular nerve and then like the frontal cortex. I'm having like headaches, and it's a little off today. I'm not quite sure why, but it's voting day. It's election day because it's November 8th. So as I'm coming down Northern Boulevard towards in Manhasset, well, at least that's their Chamber of Commerce sign that they have hung, I go past the section of flags where there's 8 flags and the 9th is just a little higher. For today, I don't know if they changed it yesterday, but for today, certainly, they are all the United States of America flag. I also looked, they kept the sign to the right in whatever pattern's been hung up there for a while. And then on the left, they changed it from whatever, my symbol or my connection symbol is the Eric Thomas Jefferson date where there was whatever. So that's like my symbolic relation to that particular sign for this particular mention. Because I know he exists somewhere, he showed up in an Audi, that's all I know. And so they changed out the sign that reminds me of he, with a familiar outside of he and I, that they had modeling. Again, some of the models, I say that they look like agents, but agents of what, I never know. They've changed the model agency since I was a child. When I was a child, the models looked a very specific way and very familiar. I don't know what happened with the model and the agency or the agents that do modeling, but it went beauty mark, totally something different, and it's been frightening. And I don't know how it changed so drastically or why. But on the television that is targeted and directed at my visual cortex, the model agent has changed and it's non-familial. So that's concerning. So they have up Young's Farm, and it says EST 1993. It has other words on the sign, but it's all American flags, and then whatever the alternate model agent that's up there. I don't know who's behind these displays. I don't know what it means to the public. I just notice as they change, I keep an eye on it because I know symbolically it means something somewhere, especially with the patterns changing. With the school that I attended and the school that my children have attended, and this particular flag that they have up on election day, we've learned what letters and what words they use to describe it, in a very novice mannerism. The international flags that they fly at times, there's been no teachings whatsoever to the local population, which is a real concern. if there's something that should be known. I just came from a store that I stopped in after the health service, and I realized as I was standing there, I saw their local union number and letters that they use at the Stop and Shop in Port Washington. And it dawns on me, first of all, it says UFC, which is a fighting club. I thought, like an MMA kind of fighting club, UFC. I haven't seen it. Again, I won't even watch the clothing version with helmets on, let alone the unclothed version of sport. But it had a W at the end of it for West, and or I don't know what it stands for them, but for me it meant West. So I was like, that's interesting. But again, it dawns on me, like, I don't even know, like, in our schooling system here, they didn't teach us where the imports were coming from. They don't teach the flags, the patterns. They don't teach integrated services there. I mean, like, it's been really deaf and blind in some kind of altered state. I don't know how better to explain just how they've withheld intelligence from the children here, especially my person and my children for certain, my parents. And I have no idea why, but it is concerning. The more I look around and the more I realize just how alternate the message on the public service machine is, and then what's actually happening in the field, and how large the gap is in what they're professing, for the most part, in my life frame, was not offered. Not to me. It looks, and I've seen them do exposés on, they've been offering it to other countrymen that they've moved here, but they have not allowed same for my life frame or for my children's life frame. I don't know why, and I don't know what it means. It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza, it's Earth. Solar system, Milky Way, universe, galaxy is broken, and it's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York. Well, it's Port Washington, or Manhasset, and I think it's 11050. And lastly, I was in physical therapy today, HSS. There were 2 people there, that just friendly conversation, mentioning a staff change, even in that physical therapy office, how it was all female when I first started, when he first started, and then just one day it was all males. And he mentioned it in front of another patient. I agreed, because I've been there that long. How it happens, I don't know.